Welcome to Security Brief Nigeria. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to our channel. The headlines: 80 militants lay down arms in Cross River State creeks. Major breakthrough against coastal militancy. From creeks to Amnesty, how 80 militants walked out of the shadow in Cross River State. For years, the creeks of southern Cross River State have been a maze for fierce, narrow waterways that hide arms camps, facilitated smuggling routes, and serve as staging grounds for kidnapping, piracy, and attack on the security forces. It was on Friday, something rare happened in those same creeks. Armed men walk out willingly, not by force, lay down their weapons, and choose peace over gunfire. Not fewer than 80 militants operating in Akpabuyo local government area surrounded their arms and embraced the Cross River State's government amnesty and reintegration program, making what our security officially now describe as one of the most significant breakthrough against coastal militancy in recent years. The surrender took place at a Timbo area under Operation OKWOK, within the area of responsibility of the 13th Brigade of the Nigerian Army. That Atimbo bridge is where they came out from. That bridge there. There's a river down the bridge. So they came out willingly. But the real story did not begin on Friday. It began months earlier with a silent, calculated campaign blending force, patience, and negotiation. Let's look at the pressure from the creeks. Dialogues from the shadows. Security forces says the mass surrender was the result of sustained military pressure that gradually narrowed the militants' freedom of movement, combined with back-channel dialogues involving community leaders, government officials, and security agencies, rather than relying solely on firepower authorities. Authorities appear to have adopted a dual-track approach, make continued militancy costly, while keeping the door open for those willing to abandon violence and embrace peace. The message was simple. A security source explained, "There is no future in the creeks with a gun, but there is a future on land without one." So there are many opportunities in the land. So government need to give people a lot of opportunity so that so many graduates will not enter the creeks and start misbehaving. So that message it appears finally landed. Two camps, one decision. In a rare shows of coordination, two major militant camps dismantled themselves almost simultaneously. The first group was led by, thank God, Ebikonte, popularly known as Ayibanuaga, who personally presented 39 fighters. Official says 4 additional members from his camp are expected to report in the coming days. The second group, commanded by John Isaac, alias Okpokolo, brought forward 41 fighters. His faction feared and well known along the waterways as the Akpabuyo Marine Forces, or Border Boys, had long dominated strategic Greek routes linking Cross River to neighboring coastal corridors. From this very Akpabuyo, they sail through Bakassi waterways, and even Cameroon, they also share the same border as well. So the routes were critical, not just for movement, but for control of smuggling part, illegal maritime taxation, and access point for criminal operation. With 10 more fighters from Akpokolo's camp also expected to surrender, the scale of the disengagement is difficult to overstate. Why these surrenders matters? This is not just a symbolic victory. For security planners, the surrender strike at the heart of maritime insecurity in southern Cross River State. Militant groups operating in the creeks have historically blur the line between political agitation and organized crime, engaging in oil theft, piracy, illegal taxation, and kidnappings. Their presence has disrupted fishing. The fishing community has been disrupted. They threaten coastal commons, people who came to buy and sell, they'll disrupt and stretches security resources thin. By stepping out of the creek, these militants are effectively collapsing their own operational structures, abandoning camps, supply routes, and territorial claims that took years to establish. So, security analyst says this could significantly reduce armed patrols along coastal water, kidnapping risks in riverine communities, smuggling and piracy activities along border creeks. The amnesty test, yet the real test begins now. Amnesty programs in Nigeria have historically delivered mixed results. Successful is in some regions or area, fragile in others like the North. The long-term success of Cross Rivers reintegration framework will depend on what comes after surrender. Vocational trainings will come, economic opportunities, psychological support, and sustained monitoring. If these former militants return to communities without livelihood or support, the creek could easily pull them back. But if managed properly, analyst says this moment could mark a turning point, a proof that militancy in Niger Delta and coastal South can still be dismantled without endless cycles of violence. Here is the quiet signals to other armed groups in the area. Beyond Cross River states, the surrender sends a message across Nigeria conflict zones. Exit calm or exit RAM still exist. At a time when many security headlines focus on escalation, terror attacks, kidnapping, and armed raids, this development offers a rare counter-narrative that sustained pressure combined with dialogue can still convince armed groups to choose peace. For now, the Creek of Akpabuyo are quitters. The question is whether this silence will hold or become the beginning of a broader retreat from militancy along Nigeria's southern waterways. Yes, that's end the news analysis concerning 80 militants laying down their arms in Cross River State creeks. So that's the major breakthrough from the news analysis. To me, let me even shock you from my own viewpoint. There are more boys in the creek, most especially in Akpabuyo and Bakassi. That's not all. That's not all. If not one of the commander that was sent by name Abba, aka the killer. That's one of the army man that was sent down to Bakassi and Akpabuyo. He has killed a lot of boys who are disturbing the area. Now he has been transferred from the zone. So another person is here as a commander. So what I want the government to do is to create opportunity and to send a lot of patrols along the waterways. All these menace will not be there again. All right, guys, that's all I have to say. Please do us a massive favor by subscribing to our channel. Please, by doing that, you've encouraged us and would make our channel to grow. And in return, you'll be receiving our news notification day by day. If you have any opinion, please kindly drop your opinion in the comment section. We'll do well to reply. And if you find this video interesting, please share, like, comment. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Bye for now.